Alright, folks, we are back. Ready to pick up where we left off, which was right after clearing the third gym last time. Made some good progress. We're definitely into one of the harder stretches of the game, but at the same time, easier? It's kind of hard to say what is the most difficult stretch of the game, or where the game spikes in difficulty, because we're always battling with either limited resources, or always battling either limited resources or problematic enemies or the EXP cap. Luckily, a little bit farther along in the run, we'll kind of get to stop battling the EXP cap. Yeah. Anyway, last time when we left off, we were able to get our third gym badge. But at this point, the challenge ahead of us has less to do with the next gym badge, because that's a bit of a ways out. More to do with 3 back-to-back-to-back rival battles. So this next rival battle has multiple Pokemon that can inflict sleep. So I kind of want to play around that, and we discussed a little bit of the strategy at the end last time. Because the most dangerous thing... So, what's coming up is that we're going to have to fight Bianca, then Charon, then N. With only some light traveling in between. So we can rest between battles, but it's gonna be a lot. That said, with both of them, I think the main strategy that we'll want to play is trying to the main strategy that we'll want is trying to set up on their lead in order to be ready for what happens when their starter comes out. And I think we're pretty much ready for Bianca, although I do want to figure out what item would be best for dealing with her. Okay, let's double check our movesets. I don't think there's anything that we really need to change up right now. Yeah, we got Retaliate on Dog, which is our main attacking move. Yeah, nothing to change on Burb. And I can't actually recall what we replaced for Grass Knot on... Oh, right, it was Helping Hand. Yeah, we should be good with Sheep's moveset as well. And Meerkat is finally getting fully into the defensive setup. So that said, it is very important that we are able to one-shot Duat, because if we can't, Razor Shell is an absolutely terrifying move. So, obviously we want to start off by trading Intimidates because we're going to wind up setting up on this Herdier. But beyond that, we need a Sheep to help us. Dang, that's only one stage down. I mean, fair is fair. We have put a lot into Sheep's defense stat and HP stat. And we do want to keep Sheep nice and healthy. Generator restores, I believe, a quarter. I haven't checked in a minute. Oh no, a third. Okay. Okay, we want to keep Sheep healthy for potential later in the match stuff. I should have been counting those. So that switch was just to let Sheep use Regenerator to regain some health. Welcome to the stream, Brittle. Okay, so one more Growl, and its attack will be at the bare minimum. Okay, now it's off to Meerkat, who will hopefully be able to put it to sleep. This is the challenge with trying to use Meerkat's Hypnosis. Hypnosis is a 60% accurate move. Every time I use it, there's a 40% chance for it to miss, which is pretty terrible. Like, I already worry about moves with a 5% chance to miss. But when a move is almost as inaccurate as it is accurate, that becomes very worrying. Okay, so we're guaranteed the safe switch in because we're slower than this thing. Which means this is its first turn of sleep. Now, if we can get somewhat decent sleep luck, then that should protect us a good bit. We've also got a Violite for the defense boost, and basically the only thing that can threaten us from this thing at this point is crits. Which, based on that last attack, should do about 24 damage apiece. Also, can we just recognize that this thing hasn't missed a single 85% accurate takedown across, like, 15 turns? I did say hi, Riddle, right? I think I did, if not hi. There we go, it finally missed a takedown. I think I'll just go for 4, no need to press our luck. That should be more than enough to get the KO on the Duat in the back. Now we are coming up on a reasonable spike in power, because pretty soon we're going to reach Nimbasa City, which is where we can pick up the TM for return, which will give all of our physical attackers a strong neutral attack that's just very consistent. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. Okay, go ahead and drop Bite for Crunch. Welcome to the stream, B. Also, Lastborn, just in case I didn't actually acknowledge the hydrate. Sorry, my attention is split several directions right now. Also, on last night's stream, I apologize if there was any noise interference. I've got a workaround with my work laptop, which has a really loud fan. But I forgot to do it last time. Okay. Alright. Zoomies mode. Gotta make it back to the Pokemon Center, and then, weirdly enough, before the battle with Charon, we're going to do a tiny bit of grinding. Not a lot, because there's only one Pokemon that I want to get to a higher level for the battle. It's just that Audino can learn a move at level 25 that will make the whole matchup a lot less risky. Alright, we gotta find a quick level 10 Roggenrola. Hey, there we go. 46. Okay. $564 divided by 46. It's gonna take 13 battles. Okay, that gets us up to level 24. One more level 10 Roggenrola, and we will be able to push toward level 25. There we go. $43. I feel like I'm just saying okay a lot and leaving that hanging in the air. Welcome to the stream, Bruce and Rafkin. Okay, 1364 divided by 43. We're going to want 31 battles to push us right to the edge of the level up. So another 31 defense EVs would get us to 78 total. And our total XP will be that. Okay, minor bit of grinding done because we needed to, well, not quite, we do have to do one more battle to get it completely done. Entrainment. This is probably the most important move we've picked up in a minute now, because this will allow us to scout abilities on potential encounters, and it'll allow us to manipulate what ability our opponent's Pokemon are packing. Now to zoomies back to Nimbasa. Like, this is still a long trip, even on speed up. This is 3 times as fast as it normally takes to get across this bridge. Come on. If you're going to introduce something like that, make it so that there's something to do on the bridge, or add, or do it after you've given us access to fly. I don't want to keep doing that. Okay, so we've already cleared Bianca, but Charon is similarly dangerous. However, we're gonna roll with a pretty similar strategy. The only issue, which we've kind of already dealt with at this point, is that we are the main issue is that we have to deal with his P-Dove, which has super luck, making it a bit harder to set up on. Now with that in mind, we should still be able to deal with this all right. Now that we have entrainment, and I just figured out that Quick Claw is probably the best item we have for Meerkat for this fight. Nice. Well, glad to have you here, Bruce. And there he is. There is Charon. Oh. And rather than lead with Dog this match, we are just going to lead with Sheep. So we want to cut into this thing's critical hit rate before we do anything else. Okay. So by firing off an entrainment right here, it now has a normal crit rate, meaning Air Cutter isn't going to be critting like every single turn. Also, I kind of forgot that Sandstorm Chip was a thing, so I should try to be aware of that. Okay, that's a Leer. We're gonna want to switch out. Truthfully, our own Burb is probably the best option for locking this guy down for the moment. Because we have Roost. On the Roost. We probably don't have to keep going for too long with the growls. I'm just kind of hoping that when it gets down to about half, it roosts. Ideally, we would try to switch in Meerkat on a Roost, but I don't know how... I don't know the logic behind how the AI decides to go for recovery moves. I'm just trying to keep myself out of the range where a critical hit, Air Cutter followed by a crit quick attack would kill me. Because that's the only thing that really threatens at the moment. Luckily, all of the attack drops should pretty effectively discourage it from going for quick attack. Because like I've expressed before, I don't think the AI knows when it's going to crit. Okay. If it's consistent, then I'd say it'll probably roost in the next couple of turns. So I'm gonna go for the double roost here to be as high health as I can before switching out, because if we encounter issues, Burb here is our backup into Pignite. Okay, I'm guessing it's gonna roost this turn. If it does, then we should be... Okay, hopefully it roosts the next turn. Our goal now is to try and hypnosis this thing. Sweet, okay. I kind of hoped that we would be slower than it, but this should still be fine. It's definitely gonna roost soon, so even if it gets a one-turn sleep, Dog shouldn't have to come in on an attack. And now we just need to not get unreasonably bad crit luck. decent sleep luck would also go a long way right now, but not much we can do to control that. Okay, now it's just a matter of getting the workups that we can afford to take. And hoping it's enough to one-shot the Pig Knight in the back. Okay. So it's about 18 damage from a crit turn, including the Sandstorm, I believe. But I have to remember that I also need to potentially survive a few Sandstorm turns after. Really surprised that didn't crit, but you know what? I think I'm gonna stop pushing my luck. .5 times attack should be alright. Luckily, the Liepard has Unburden, not Prankster. Oh, and he brought in Pig Knight, who I was expecting to be second, but you know what? I guess it's probably miscalculating the damage from Arm Thrust as the damage from a single hit, so... There we go. And back to the Pokemon Center. So if I'm recalling correctly, we should be able to get one new Pokemon, assuming we don't have really bad luck with finding the ability that we're looking for. And we do need to put some effort into avoiding overusing our best Pokemon right now to make sure we don't come up against the level cap anytime soon. Thankfully, most of the trainers around here are skippable, and I've gone through this area far too many times after having skipped those trainers, so it shouldn't be an issue to avoid that. This guy is the most problematic one. And this guy is the least reliable to try and not trigger. This is just a normal Turner. Luckily, it looks like he only has a Timber. Which means even with Rock Throw on in his moveset, we should have a decent matchup. Especially thanks to a Violite. That could have gotten scary if that bide had been allowed to persist. You may be wondering why we're bothering to head down this way. Well, the thing is, we can get a couple of important items over this way that I really don't want to skip. Also, I know that these two look like they're a double battle, but they just aren't, which has always confused me. Anyway. This is the Desert Resort. We're mostly going to try and avoid battles here, but there are a couple that I don't think we'll be able to. There is one battle that I kind of just want to hurl myself into, because this guy becomes a heal spot, and I want a heal spot. Okay, now to try and remember what items I need from here. Unfortunately, most of them are just on the ground somewhere, making it pretty dang difficult. To try to find them. All that Cerebi says is that they are on the floor. I'm gonna repel. Wait, am I? Are there Pokemon here that can bypass my repel? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Wait. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. And I think you can only activate these guys in the post-game. But even if you can activate them sooner, I wouldn't, because they're not valid encounters, and, well, frankly, I don't want them. I don't want to fight them. Okay, so I have found the black glasses, which means the only thing that I actually... The things that I still want to find are TM39, Rock Tomb, and Soft Sand. Want to see something that's definitely not annoying at all? You see that item right there, up at the top? That's the TM for Earthquake. We can literally see it, but because our character can't climb up a ledge that's roughly 2 feet high, we can't get it until the post-game. Okay, we got a heart scale. That's handy, but it wasn't strictly necessary. With that said, there are a couple of very dangerous trainers around here that I really want to avoid, if at all possible. Need the Firestone. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping to avoid this spot because I think this forces us into probably the most dangerous trainer in this specific area. There is a chance that I can deal with it pretty safely. Ahead and drop work up temporarily. And Give dog a ground gem. Hey, we managed to slip past him. I didn't even know if that was possible. There we go, there's the TM. The only thing left that I'd like to get a hold of is soft sand. Okay, well, clearly I don't know where to find soft sand. Received from the man in black. Okay, so it's not on the ground, it's a gift. Why are Cerebee's item location descriptions wrong so often in this generation? It's really weird. There we go. Alright, now to try and make our way back. Without getting into a bunch of unnecessary battles again. It's really easy to accidentally get into a battle with that spinning biker guy, because if you try and sprint past, he is going to spot you. Anyway, luckily, past this point, there's only a single trainer. Who I think has a Blitzel, I want to say. That guy. Anyway, we'll avoid him for now. We're probably going to want to clear him at some point. Okay. Ultra Balls. That's an illegal watchog. Patrat doesn't evolve until level 20. You cheater. There we go. Alright, now that we've cleared that, we are into Nimbasa City. We do have a battle with Trainer N. Before we can challenge the gym. But before we do any of that, I would kind of like to go and try my hand at picking up a new encounter, which is available literally everywhere near this city. Give me one sec. Okay, so there's actually a bunch of stuff that we can do at this point. For example, the TMs for Frustration, Return, Thunder Wave. You know what, I'm just gonna get all of these, because I think we've got at least one Pokemon that can learn most of these. And just as a reminder, the reason we have infinite money at this point is because we could hypothetically spend an extended period farming dust clouds back in Chargestone Cave for valuable items to sell, including a lot of evolution stones. Okay, we got the HM for strength. For the record, this one item right here is probably going to be one of our most used items, because the move Return is just an incredibly solid direct damage option for our normal types. Now, some of them we won't be teaching it yet, because, for example, Burb here is our only access to priority and also stab flying coverage. And she has reliable recovery, and Growl is kind of surprisingly useful for us right now. And while I could totally teach it to Audino right now, I'm not really in a rush. And then, of course, Meerkat, we're focusing on utility options. Got a Sunstone. And Macho Brace. That's an incredibly useful one because it'll save us a bunch of time with EV training. Okay. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and favorite the bicycle because we'll wind up using that a good bit as well. So this is Route 16. It's one of the few routes we can access out of order. But it contains one of the Pokemon that I would like to catch. Now, unfortunately, we can't go this way. The bridge is closed, which keeps us from heading over that way. What are these backpackers packing? I think they got them in backwards order, it looks like. So this guy probably has a Drillbur, but he might have a Scraggy. Now we're going to do something that might not make a ton of sense right now. But I promise there's a reason for it. And you may have just... oh, dang it, it's gone. The reason is that I'm trying to spawn Shaking Grass so that I can specifically avoid it. Because if we get our encounter in Shaking Grass, there's a chance that we encounter the higher evolution of the Pokemon we're trying to catch, which would not only make it harder to catch, but would rob us of the ability to teach Thief to the pre-evolution, since the evolved form can't learn Thief. Okay, hang on. Time to break out a surprisingly useful item. the smoke ball. However, as we're seeing here, I am far too lazy to try to keep trying to spawn shaking grass in this area. I guess I could always stand in a corner. And just spin until I get an encounter. Nope, I don't want to fight Solosis. There we go. Okay. So if this Minccino has Technician... or, hang on. It's Technician... yeah, okay. I couldn't recall if it got it from the base or if it had to evolve into it. But if this Minccino has Technician, then we catch it. If it doesn't, then we run. Also, what does a level 19 Minccino have? Swift, Encore, Double Slap, and Tickle. Okay, that's a really good support moveset. I almost forgot how great this thing's moveset was. Anyway. Entrainment. Has Cute Charm. No need to bother with it. And it looks like I misremembered. I thought that you could also encounter it in Lost Lorn Forest, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Wait a sec, I just realized, is there anything that I do want from Lost Lorn? No, there's a stray rare candy, but I can come back for that later. TM66 is there on Route 16. Hang on, what's that? Payback. Okay, so we might need to teach something strength for that. I'll try and keep that in mind in case we want to go back for it. But for the moment, we are about to be forced into joining Bianca in here, so get ready for some tech smashing. We have to briefly play dress up with our Pokemon. And I believe that somewhere in here we get the TM for Echoed Voice. Hey, there we go. And now we get to see Bianca's family drama. Anyway, now that we've cleared that, I think we can go try for our other attempt at Minccino. Oh. I didn't mean to be menuing there. Okay, we got Strength, we got Echoed Voice. Looks like that's about all I wanted. And the Macho Brace and the Soothe Bell. So then on Route 5... There's a Charon battle on Route 5, but I'm fairly certain that it doesn't start until we beat the gym leader. I'm going to save right here, and if the Charon battle starts, I am going to reload this save, because having a Charon battle right here before I've even fought the gym leader would be so incredibly stupid. Anyway, this is where we can find Minccino again. Technician. Okay, this is our Minccino. Nice. And it's below level 21, which means it won't know Sing, which is ideal, because Sing would be replacing Tickle, and Tickle is just a much better move across the board. Anyway, let's see if I can fit Chinchilla in here. Chinchilla. Alright, well, that is encounter number 5. Let's take a look at Chinchilla. Oh, and she's carrying a Chesto Berry. Nice. Minus defense plus special attack isn't really ideal, but we can deal with it. At least it's not like minus speed or something, because that would really ruin Chinchilla. Now we're probably going to go quite a while without evolving Chinchilla. She's going to be taking very much a back seat in this, in the early portion of this run, because, well, frankly, once she evolves, she gets no level up moveset, which is a real blow. That I don't personally want to deal with quite yet. As it stands, I don't think we even have access to her evolution item without... I guess we could rummage through dust clouds. Now, however, okay, hang on, we're gonna freeze that. Okay, that's where we need to go. Alright, time to go and meet someone who is now very important to this run. So this guy checks your Pokemon to see if you, in your party and in the box, to see if you have different outsider IDs, which basically acts as a reflection on how many people you've traded Pokemon with. And he has a lot of different rewards, but for our purposes there's only one that matters. You see, some of his rewards require an absurdly high number of trades that we would never be able to accomplish with our limited encounters in this run. But because we have 5 Pokemon, I'm allowing myself to say that I could, hypothetically, track down 4 people, track down 5 people, trade with them to temporarily have 5 different outsider IDs, and then trade back. Or more realistically, I could just buy 5 extra Nintendo DSs and 5 extra copies of the game and trade with myself. Either way, though, because of this, we can get the 5 Pokemon reward. And that reward I will show you in a second. I'm also going to add something else that I think we could have by this point, but I don't know if I want. Ignore what's happening on the menu there, it has no impact. Thanks to that guy who definitely just gave us this item, we now have a wide lens. Also, I definitely just took time to go and find this shiny stone in a dust cloud. Don't question it. So that wide lens gives us a way to buff our accuracy. The guy does have other very useful items, but I can't get those without having more outsider IDs than I will ever have Pokemon in this run, so we won't be able to get the zoom lens or the choice scarf that he has for 20 and 30 respectively. You know what? I'm redeeming this for myself. I feel like standing now because I am getting kind of tired. Ugh. I think being standing will help me stay alert. So at this point, the next challenge in the run is the next end fight, which doesn't frighten me quite as much as it did during my it doesn't frighten me quite as much as it did during my fighting only challenge, because Sigilif is a lot less terrifying here than it is in that. while we're here, I want to deal with this guy. I can't quite recall what he has, but... okay, yeah, piece of cake. This guy is just the most annoying person on this route to try and dodge. So our current level cap is only 27, which means a couple of our Pokemon are getting kinda close. And that's part of why we have to play things pretty carefully here. So we have to... I think we have to beat every single one of Elesa's gym trainers in order to clear the upcoming gym. Which is kind of a tall order since some of them are evasion spamming Emolga, who can also spread paralysis. Oh, I shouldn't have come back here. I should have gone and done some... I need to go and finish EV training some of these Pokemon. You know what, we'll go back at regular game speed. You'll get to see how fast the bike goes. I'll let y'all make the comparison between Sky Arrow Bridge with the bike and Sky Arrow Bridge with speed up. Ugh. And this is the room that forces us to get off the bike, which really irritates me. So now that we have the Macho Brace, we can gain EVs twice as fast, which is really nice for rounding off the EV training on our team. I'm just going to do the next one naturally, as I'm pretty sure that's going to get me to the next level anyway. Okay, now let's find a level 10 Roggenrola and get our reference XP. There we go. $43 still. We don't actually want to get sheep higher level, so that's the only one that we're doing right now. Well, we'll wind up doing some with chinchilla as well. Okay. $17.18 divided by 43 gets us 40 of them. So that's another 80 defense EVs. Oh, wait. Nah, we don't need After You. There are so few double battles in this run. The odds of it actually coming up are pretty much non-existent. So first priority with Chinchilla is going to be training in speed. We just want a whole lot of it. And luckily, now that we've got some Pokemon that are fully EV trained, oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. Now that we have some Pokemon that are fully EV trained, we can implement a strategy to make it even faster. Yes, this is level 4. So, on top of having Chinchilla go in, with Macho Brace to boost the gains, we're going to switch out to Burb in order to decrease the XP. So Chinchilla only gains 5 from that. While Burb gains 4. So I am going to have to update both of their XP. But I'll only need to calculate it based on what we need for the next level for one of them. Ah yes, continuing the habit of having sub 100 total IVs. Come on, game. Give me a break here. Okay. So. 1003 divided by 5 would be 200, which is well over what we need. So rather than figuring out how many we can fit in, we're going to figure out how many we want. Oh, wait. So we would want 125 battles at 5 XP. A piece to max out a speed stat on Chinchilla here. And Burb would only gain 500 XP from that process. And because of my late game plans for Chinchilla, she is going to be trained in physical attack as well. I'm gonna see how long I can hold off on the evolution, because she learns Last Resort toward the end, and that would be a really nice move to get a hold of. Anyway. We're going to do something slightly different than I was originally planning, unless we encounter the level 2 Patrat as we're making our way through this patch. Okay. I'm going to slip in 4 HP EVs just because I don't really know where else we would put them. Which means a quick battle with a wild Audino. There we are. Really? Just need a level 2 Patrat. Thank you. Okay, 2 and 1. Alright, so that is another 125 battles to get the necessary EVs. Which obviously is 250 XP for Chinchilla. And 125 for Burb. Okay. Looks like that gets Burb to a level up, but no new moves, and the XP she's getting from the battles can't go any lower, so there's no real issue there. Alright, and now to save us some time, I am just going to go ahead and get Chinchilla to the verge of level 25 as well. She could learn Sing at level 21, but I already know that I'm not going for that. That's even less accurate than Hypnosis. Oh, and I almost forgot, there's one other thing that we can do thanks to having access to, well, yeah, there's one other thing that we can do thanks to having access to Minccino now. And unfortunately, it's gonna be really boring. Just from the watching perspective. Okay. I'm gonna sit back down now. Because thanks to finally having Minccino, we finally have a Pokemon that can learn Thief. Which is just such a relief. So we're gonna go ahead and drop Double Slap. Also, we're gonna slip one more battle in here. To hit level 25 and learn Tail Slap. The absolute minimum that we would want to let Chinchilla reach before evolving is level 31, where it learns Wake Up Slap. But if we can hold off until level 45, Last Resort could set up some really powerful combos into the Elite Four. And it looks like if we have to replace Tickle at some point, that we can do so, because Tickle is one of the moves that stays in... It's one of the handful of moves that stays relearnable for Cinccino. But the key detail here is that now that we have Chinchilla with Thief, we can go around and thief all of those items that... all of those items, particularly those berries, that we've so desperately wanted this entire run. So... I'm going to try and figure out a handful of the items that we can have at this point in unlimited quantities now. I know a couple of them. Specifically, Oran and citrus berries, no issue anymore. Because those are available on every single Audino. I just have to skim through the other Pokemon that we can thief stuff off of at this point. I think Blitzel gives us infinite cherry berries, but we already had that. Thanks to the guy in Castelia. I don't think there's anything useful from Wellspring Cave that we couldn't get from Dust Clouds. Yep, they're tasty. Okay, what about the Pinwheel Forest encounters? Oh... Okay, so technically... there is a 1% chance to be able to thief a dark belt off of wild, or an expert belt off of Wild Sock in the in the dark grass outside Pinwheel Forest. I'm going to hold off on that because I want to be at a level where I can confidently claim that no matter what happens, Chinchilla could take a hit from them. Because Sock is a pretty threatening Pokemon. Or, Sock and Throw are pretty threatening Pokemon, and I don't want to claim that I could safely thief something off of them unless I actually could. However, the real take from there is Persimberries. Because Persimberries protect us from confusion, which is something we've had no counterplay for whatsoever up to this point. I mean, we can technically get unlimited mental herbs. I don't think that does anything for us, but I'll go ahead and add them. And we can get unlimited poison barbs. I won't add unlimited, because that's just a standard held item. So I'll just add the hypothetical max that we could ever use. And then thanks to Shaking Grass, we can technically gain access to the main type resist, the Fire, Water, and Grass type resist berries. However, I'm pretty sure that we don't get the... I'm pretty sure that we don't get any Pokemon that are weak to anything except fire out of those three in this run. Still, no sense in not getting it. And I could hypothetically get shed shells from Scraggy. But again, that's the same issue as with Sock and Throw. Although it looks like at the level we encounter them in the on Route 4, they can't know a fighting type move. So actually, yeah. We'll go ahead and give ourselves a whole bunch of shed shells as well. I don't think the Pokemon in the Desert Resort introduce anything that we could benefit from, really. I mean, we can technically get unlimited Miracle Seeds. From the Maractus. That's the only useful thing I'm seeing. Sigilif doesn't have anything. And inside Relic Castle, I don't think Yamask... Oh, Yamask has Spell Tag. Okay. I'm almost done, I promise. I'm sorry for the slowness. We can technically get Black Sludge. I mean, that's just detrimental unless I, for some reason, actively want to take damage, but... Hey, stranger things have happened. Okay, last area would be Route 5. It doesn't look like there's anything available there that I can't already get somewhere else. Okay. You know, one of the saddest things is that even though we have Thief, we can't steal items from other trainers. Because there are some really useful items that other trainers, like NPC trainers, especially Charon, get, that would be so very helpful for us. Okay. Now we're back in the game. And we have a whole bunch of handy new items. Well, items of varying degrees of handiness. But hey, it's everything that we can have up to this point, which is still good. And admittedly, probably the most broadly useful thing that we picked up in this process was citrus berries and person berries. Those two are just such common things to have come up. Oh, I just realized there's one thing I forgot to do. Gonna load in one more time, because I had forgotten to give Chinchilla max friendship, and that's just something that we want. So the fun thing here is that now I just have better items across the board to give them, because if I don't have a specific use for an item, rather than just giving them a random gem, which typically my defensive Pokemon don't really need, I can just give them a citrus berry. Admittedly, Dog is still probably going to roll with the ground gem, at least for a few moments. One important thing to remember is that by hunting Pokemon in the area where they turn up at the highest level that they can, I can pretty confidently avoid knocking any of them out, which is part of my justification for all of that item farming. Because if I was knocking Pokemon out every time I attacked them, then I would be getting a lot more XP than I could justify with only having gained a few levels right there. And obviously a lot of those items are never going to get used, but you know, I like to check. Okay, with this in mind, I am going to briefly become a bit of a one-trick pony. Because the best strat for N is also going to be a sweep with dog. Or is it? So the main thing that we have to worry about is making sure that we don't get hit by a crit fire punch from Darumaka. Especially crit into a burn would be really problematic. So we kind of have to hope that dog is in when Darumaka comes in. Because dog can easily one-shot with dig. So yeah, apparently a lot of people think this is like a really cinematic and great story scene, and I'm just like, this is so heavy-handed. Anyway, thank you for the hydrate, last one. Might need to go and fill up my water in a minute. I forgot to refill before the stream. Okay, so we're gonna keep it simple here. Dog is in, this thing is probably going for a ground type move. A ground type move or embargo, either of those would make the most sense. Fair enough. See, here's the trick, though. By swapping back and forth, I can potentially make him waste some Mudslap PP. Because all I want to do is get this thing in range where dog can easily knock it out. And it might already be there, to be honest. This dog is pretty strong. Okay, so Scraggy is definitely the thing with the most potential damage. But Burb should be able to handle it pretty safely. I kinda had to hope for no crit there, because unfortunately it was still going for Brick Break. And that means that Roost would have been super effective. Okay, so we're going to pivot back into Dog now. And with Eviolite, Dog should be able to take even a crit Brick Break. And with the Intimidate drop without a crit, it shouldn't do too much. Yeah, okay. So this has us in a decent position now, where if Sigilif comes in, we can go nuts with Crunch. And if Darumaka comes in, which is what happened, then we can presumably one-shot with Dig. So the reason I'm so scared of random Darumaka is that they all have the ability Hustle, which gives them a 50% attack boost at the cost of 20% of their accuracy. Which is just terrifying. Any chance you're going for Whirlwind? Nope. Doesn't matter. So the challenge that we're encountering now is that we have to keep all of our Pokemon under level 27 for the gym leader. And we have all of her gym trainers. And part of the reason this is a bit of an issue is that... Oh, while I'm thinking about it, hang on. We've picked up a bunch of new moves, not just return, and one of them is very handy. Okay, we are going to want some cherry berries. Burb, you are going to want a citrus berry. I wish we could get a hold of electric resist berries, because that would be a useful one to have. Part of the challenge is that almost every battle we can get some benefit out of Dog having Intimidate, which makes it a whole lot trickier to for Dog to hit, or for Dog to stay under level caps. So we are going to go ahead and replace Secret Power with Return. It's just much stronger, and the random effect doesn't really come into play all that often. And I think at this point we're good to go ahead and replace Leer. We've got some better options, I would say. And welcome to the gym. So, the first thing that we're going to need to do is deal with a trainer who has a pair of Emolga that both have Double Team and multiple opportunities to spam status moves. And the best counterplay I can think of for this trainer is to spam status on our end to keep the playing field level. Now the unfortunate thing is that our defensive Pokemon are probably about to get a bunch of extra speed EVs. Wait, or did we max out their EVs? I can't even recall. No, we didn't. So yeah, they're probably about to get a whole bunch of speed EVs because I want to save the XP on Dog for as much of this as I can. These guys will never switch, so I'm going to go ahead and use entrainment to get rid of static. I won't be able to do that in the fight with the gym leader, though. I tried to use Pursuit, but it got parried out of it. Oh, that isn't what I meant to do. So if things get bad, we do have the option to bring back in Dog, who can use Odor Sleuth to prevent them from boosting their evasion. You see what I mean? There's a lot of stray experience in this gym. And we're going to ignore the button so that we can backtrack to the Pokemon Center. Okay, now who all can learn Dig? I think both Sheep and Meerkat can. Yeah. So Sheep, if you want to go ahead and drop Return temporarily for Dig, it'll do slightly more damage. And luckily, the next couple of battles are pretty easy, because unfortunately Blitzel isn't that strong. And part of what I'm trying to do here is focus on doing these battles primarily with Sheep. If at all possible. because it's less problematic if sheep isn't super slow than it is if meerkat isn't. So meerkat we're going to want for slow baton passes later in the run, since U-turn is a post-game move. Actually, we're gonna want soft sand on you, just to guarantee those one-shots. Against these next two blitzels. Of course, they can use Thunder Wave, but they still don't really threaten us. And obviously I have Meerkat in the back if I need him. So we have the chance to get full parrot out of some digs now, but since our digs are guaranteed one-shots, thanks to soft sand, it's less of an issue. They would have to be able to do meaningful damage to us before that became a problem. I hope y'all are enjoying the super speed music as well. Oh, you know something? Before I forget, I'm pretty sure there are a couple of random items hidden around here. And some of them are useless, but I think there might be a couple of vaguely useful ones. Maybe I'm misremembering. Okay, so now for the last one, which is another Emolga. And luckily, since this is the last Pokemon before the gym leader, we can go ahead and use Dog, which should make this a good bit easier. So we've got Eviolite, we've got Odor Sleuth. Let's go ahead and give Sheep Cherry Berry and Reteach Return. I don't know why there's a light on this one, like a button to toggle, because we can't get onto this one without changing it, whereas the other ones that have a light are multi-purpose. You can get onto it. Yeah, this one too, like, why? Another trainer? Yep. So as you can see, the Emolga are probably going to be faster than my Pokemon without paralysis support, which makes this a pretty tricky battle, because everything on Elisa's team is going to outspeed us. Dang it. Okay. Sheep, you're back in. Alright, now to try and plan for the remaining battle of that gym, the actual gym leader. Who is a lot trickier than I tend to think. But I have some ideas. Now, in terms of coverage, we're probably just going to prioritize Return, because the only Pokemon in this Electric-type gym that takes super effective damage from ground types is Zebstrika. And even then, Dig at 80 base power and super effective is only I think 6 base power stronger than a neutral stab return. So I believe at max power return hits 102 base power. Ugh. I'm trying to decide if we'll be able to make room for return on Burb. I would probably want to drop Growl for it, because having flying coverage is still kind of important. I'm just gonna go ahead and skim through my team and see if any of them learn anything in the next few levels that would help. I don't think so. One thing that could be helpful is spreading around the occasional entrainment with sheep. Because by using entrainment, we can take away Zebstrika's immunity to electric moves, which could be handy for hitting it with a Thunder Wave. But it's not a guarantee. I mean, I have a stupid idea that could work. But it requires me to look up some stuff about gems. Hang on. If the attack misses or fails, the gem will not be consumed. Okay, I want to go and check something. Okay, we need to get some shaking grass. I apologize for the keyboard sounds. I want to test something real quick. If I make a save state... Level 19 male Audino. Hey, it's not set beforehand. Okay, well that's a nice way of getting these. Anyway, I just needed an Emolga encounter because I want to see if the ground gem will be used if it's immune. I don't think it should, but it called out failure and missing. I think immunities are treated like one of those. It looks like I am correct. Oh, fine. Alright, well, dog is at the level cap thanks to that. So, I want to check what the status of my effort values is. Hang on. Oh, also we can get the TM for Protect. So Meerkat, you're at 500, which means you've still definitely got room to round off that defense a bit. I'm going to do something first, though. I'm just going to go and round off its attack to a nice number that's divisible by 4. Yes, devour what is probably a relative. Anyway. I also might invest a little bit into special attack on sheep. Because sheep's the closest thing we have to a special attacker. And I want to give her a little bit of extra help if she winds up having to fill that role. Okay, we are going to fight this. But only because I want to get in one even-numbered effort value on sheep. Or one odd-numbered effort value. There we go. $41. Okay. Just 8 battles. And that'll get him exactly to the next level cap. So that's 16 EVs. Which is actually more than he can fit. By 12. You know what? I'm going to fiddle around with this just because we can't take advantage of 2 of those, but we could if we put them in special attack and we ever decide to teach him a special move. It's unlikely to ever come up, but anyway. There we go. Sometimes it's tricky to navigate out of these locations. Anyway, we're going to go and get some special attack EVs onto Sheep. Not a ton. Well, we are going to round off her stat spread with them, so I guess kind of a ton. Pinwheel Forest. Inside. Lowest level of Cottony we can encounter is 14. And it's a 35% Cottony chance, so should have decent odds here. And thankfully, we have some wiggle room with the remainder of our team now, which means we can do some cheeky stuff where we switch in Meerkat. And Burb. And Chinchilla. To spread around the XP. Sheep, Meerkat. Okay, so 20 XP apiece. So, with 704 to go, that's a potential for 36 battles. And 72 special attack EVs. Which gets us up to there. And Meerkat will gain 720 XP. Burb and Chinchilla will each gain 756. I guess I didn't really need to do that, because I'm going to be leveling up the others. See, I want to invest more, but I can't really afford to when I need to keep track of XP when I need to manage XP on sheep. Sheep still has about 90 left to go, just under. Anyway, alright. Let's double check moves, make sure I don't need to allow for anything. Okay. So 2 of our Pokemon are on the verge of learning moves. And I need to check something, weirdly enough. So, Chinchilla and Bird are both about to learn new moves. And we'll definitely learn Chinchillas, because we got room for it in the move pool. But I do still kind of need to decide whether we're going to want Burb to learn Taunt. And this is a bit of a tricky call, because Growl, we kind of have better options at this point, so Taunt might wind up being helpful. At the same time, you know, who's to say that I won't want Growl a little bit down the line, and we don't get the TM for it until Victory Road. So until we reach the move reminder after the 5th gym, we wouldn't be able to get it back. I think I'll go ahead with it. I've got multiple other options for lowering offense on other Pokemon, especially since Chinchilla is learning Charm as we speak. We'll go ahead and drop Tails. Well, we'll go ahead and drop Thief for now, but in all honesty, we could easily drop Tail Slap, because I would rather have Chinchilla use Return most of the time. It's not nearly as powerful with the as Technician boosted Tail Slap, but it's a lot more reliable. Although I guess, wide lens is technically a thing. As long as we haven't evolved Chinchilla, we can still benefit from being able to teach it Thief. I love how no matter what angle, she has the exact same back sprite and front sprite. Can be a top-down view, but if she's supposed to be facing the camera, that means she is facing straight up. Okay. Time to make some decisions. What is our best approach into Alesa? And is there anything that we need to track down beforehand? One thing I want to check... Okay, so sheep can learn light screen, but can't learn reflect. Oh wait, no. She can learn reflect. That's really handy. Potentially tricky to make use of, but... Let's see now. So, the obvious recipient for a Violite is Dog. There are other Pokemon that... Oh, I forgot you can manually scroll this. Benefit from other items more. For example, I think Citrus Berry is the right way to go with Meerkat to avoid potential random paralysis issues. Or, sorry, to avoid getting too worn down, but Cherry Berry is probably the way to go on sheep for potential paralysis. I just realized we forgot to stop in New Vema Town. Okay, hang on, we're going back. This is why I hate not having Fly yet. In case you're wondering, the reason we need to go back to the starting town is because with our current number of Pokemon recorded in the Pokédex, we can get a couple of useful TMs. The TM for False Swipe isn't that important, especially since we have entrainment to test for abilities. We didn't need it to test for... We didn't need False Swipe to test for... cute charm. Oh, I thought it was 40 that we got protect. I guess it's 60. Okay, well... You know, I was thinking the other day, the game makes a lot of references to the fact that your mom was a Pokemon trainer in her day. And at one point she directly refers to herself as Senior Trainer Mom. And I really wish that there was a way to have a battle with your mom. Kind of like in the sense that there was at one point plans to have a way to battle Professor Oak. At the end of Red and Blue. I just think it would be a nice touch. Unfortunately, one thing that... I'm gonna take off my headphones for a sec, they're bugging me. One thing that I've noticed really isn't a strength of Pokemon's is side quests. They've really never quite figured out how to incorporate side quests in a satisfying way into Pokemon. The way... And I'm not even saying that Elden Ring is a shining example of side quests, but like, there's a lot of optional quests that you can engage with, but don't have to. It would be really nice if they found a way to have good quality side quests incorporated into Pokemon games. Because that is a big part of what I enjoy personally. Whereas in this, there's really just the main story and adjacent mini-games, I guess you could say. Like, there aren't any quests or stories that you can engage with optionally. If the story is there, it is required. And I think it would be really nice if we could get a hold of if we had some form of optional story content. It would just be a nice change of pace. And the closest I think they've gotten is in... Like, I guess they have the occasional fetch quest that's optional. Like in Sword and Shield, when you get a letter from a little girl who might be a ghost, or might be the granddaughter of someone who intended to send a letter. In order to get the choice scarf, I think it was. That's a small side quest. It would just be nice if they could find a way to do that in a more expansive way that wasn't just mini-games. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get our team put together. So without Protect, we can't do one of the things that I was considering. But let's keep it simple for the moment. Sorry, I'm trying to think through whether there are any upcoming trainers that have fighting types. The only one that I'm thinking of is Charon with his Pignite, because there's a required battle with him right after we finish this gym. which is really dumb, first of all. Just because that required battle forces us to... Well, we had a required battle with Charon right before this arc, and now we have to do it again right after this gym, which is just annoying. Okay, let's see real quick. I just want to double check. So Dog has 75 attack. Meerkat has 65. Okay. I really don't know what item we could even give Verb here, because Burb is just like, if we wind up bringing Burb in, we've probably already lost. So it's really hard to justify worrying about it. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and replace Air Cutter. I don't think there's a situation coming up where we're going to need a flying type move, especially when you consider that full power return on Burb is going to deal more damage most likely than super effective Air Cutter. Like, the only good reason to use Air Cutter is to fish for crits at the moment. Because return is almost double the power already, and we've got almost double the attack that we do special attack thanks to maxing out our attack EVs. If for some reason we're forced to bring Chinchilla in, I think our best bet is just... Wait a sec. Come on, why does it never mention whether all of the hits are buffed by... are buffed for a multi-hit move? Okay, regardless, that's probably the best we can do for Chinchilla. Especially since Chinchilla really won't have much opportunity to switch in, ever. And the unfortunate fact is that despite my high aspirations for Chinchilla in the late game, at the moment, she's still the most sackable, which means if we're in desperate need of a safe switch, we might have to let her die. Which I really don't want to do, because again, she's got a lot of utility into the late game. But this is something that you have to think about before difficult fights in a Nuzlocke. Okay, let's check movesets and items. I'm probably going to want to replace Dig with Workup or something. Because we really don't need Dig when we've got Return. Sorry, Totoro. I guess we'll go ahead and give Burb normal gem. Why not? If she happens to somehow come in and survive, that could do something. There's one more thing that I think might be helpful here. I'm going to replace Growl with Light Screen. Oh, Meerkat can learn Light Screen as well. Interesting. But yeah, we need the special defense more than the physical right now. The other moves we want to slip in there. Alright, here we go. I'm trying to decide if... You know what, I am going to drop Thunder Wave for Workup. Here we go! So, we're about to see part of what makes Elesa so problematic. And it's not even just that it's really hard to hit her Emolgas and her Zebstrika for super effective damage. It's the fact that she has a habit of spamming Volt Switch unpredictably. Which is tricky to play around. I love Emolga's shadow. I've never noticed it before, but it's all segmented. Okay, it's another Emolga, which means if this one Volt Switches, her other Emolga should come in. Okay. That's a paralysis. So this is part of my early strategy. It's just spread paralysis, try and... try and get her Pokemon down to my speed. I have an idea here, and this is probably one of the few times that Chinchilla could potentially come in and not get absolutely slaughtered. Thanks to the light screen. Okay. Obviously a crit here is still terrible, but if I can get a decent tail slap out, buffed by normal gem... Okay. It was worth a try. Dang it, I forgot that this would be faster, or slower. I realize that I'm taking a bunch of unnecessary damage. I'm trying to get into a very specific situation here. So, this Emolga should Volt Switch out. And I just realized my whole plan was kind of stupid here because this thing is going to be slower than me. It's got a slow Volt Switch. One of the Emolgas is basically immune right now. Okay, a little bit risky because she's going to Volt Switch into Zebstrika, but if I get Light Screen up here and then switch in Dog, Zebstrika, oh my gosh, I thought I was short. I'm stupid. Hang tough, dog. Okay, we're at the point where we kind of just need to get lucky and avoid some critical hits. So if we take a crit at the wrong time here, we're gonna die. Okay, here's the strat. I don't think I've set myself up for this very well. Okay, it's lost its lightning rod. Now we switch in dog and hope we don't get crit. Because if we take a crit here, I'm pretty sure we just kind of lose the run. But Intimidate cuts its attack power. Okay. That gives us a switch back into Sheep. Then we Thunder Wave, because it's no longer immune thanks to Lightning Rod. Oh my gosh, that's scary. You know what? That was the one time that we could take a crit from this thing, so... Now we switch into Meerkat. And we have to hope that the ground gem boosted dig is a one-shot. Yes, okay. Got kind of touch and go there. But I'm going to take that for the win that it is. Oh my. The thing is, I'm really trying not to let anyone die because everyone that I have right now has potential into the late game for different reasons. We're going to take a second and look how our team is doing after that fight, and you'll see how stressful that was. But I hope y'all are starting to see why having the right abilities on Dog and Sheep was an absolute requirement for even bothering to try this run. Because without Regenerator, we just have a serious lack of anything resembling bulk, and we need to do a lot of pivoting to take advantage of Intimidate, which is the other way that we get bulk. Whew. Alright. I think we can go for a little bit longer at least. We'll probably take care of the other Charon fight right now, because I don't want to give anyone deja vu when they click on the next stream and I'm talking about prepping for a Charon fight again. Okay. Actually, that normal gem might have been the right way to go with this upcoming fight. You know what? We are going to go for a little extra recovery instead. Alright, first scenario where we're potentially going to get some use out of that wide lens. See, if we could get a hold of a zoom lens, which gives a bigger accuracy buff, but requires us to go second, that would be really nice for Meerkat. And this team is pretty heavily physical, so we're definitely going to want Reflect instead of Light Screen. So here's the general idea that I'm thinking. We lead Dog to get off a free Intimidate, and then on turn 1, their Liepard should go for Fake Out, which should give us a pretty safe switch into Chinchilla, who can then Encore them into Fake Out, assuming we outspeed, and I'm guessing we do. But regardless of what we Encore them into, we should have some opportunities to take advantage of it. What can Meerkat learn right now? Yeah, I think having another Pokemon that can learn Thunder Wave is probably our play here. Also, I need to remember to duck back into the Pokemon Center now because I forgot to get that before the gym battle, and if you teach a Pokemon a TM, it doesn't necessarily get the full PP of the TM move in this generation. Okay. Anyway. Sharon, please don't win, because if you win, then we're both headed back to the early game. So typically I've found that AI knows to go for Fake Out turn 1. It's usually reliable, but I can't guarantee it. Hey, let's go. Okay, now the other question is whether our max speed invested Minccino can outrun a Liepard. We can. And thanks to that, we can kind of nerf the heck out of this thing with Charm as well. So we have multiple uses of Encore, and we can't, and since they're not going to switch out, as long as we pay close attention to see when Liepard's Encore ends, we can re-Encore it after cutting its attack to nothing. Now we should be able to get in 2 more tickles. Encore it again. Not 2 more tickles, just 2 tickles. Look at you, Meerkat. You're already demonstrating why I want to keep you alive. Okay, Encore turn 1. Encore turn 2. Encore turn 3. And luckily this thing really can't threaten me now. It can fire off a Torment, which it probably will. So I kind of need to make sure to kill it with Crunch, if at all possible. Because I want Return ready to go when Pignite comes out. Anything else I can just stall for a turn with Workup, but yeah, like this Pansage, I can stall for a turn by using Workup rather than going for the kill right away with Return, so that I still have access to Return when Pignite comes out. Of course, that Leech Seed is annoying, but as long as it doesn't get too much time to just sit there and leech away at me. Luckily, I don't lose health on turns where it's... Come on, you're kidding me, right? So this could turn into a problem, weirdly enough. Of course. I have to do it. With Detect, it can just keep detecting on the turns that I'm prepared to attack. I didn't see that risk when I first did this. So Burb can switch in pretty easily. And will hopefully bait rollout? Oh. It's prioritizing speed control. That's why I had the berry. That'll take it out of blaze range, which means one return followed by a quick attack should get the kill here. Return itself probably won't. There's a chance, but I don't think it will. Oh, okay. That works. Hi, Alder. So we are about to be forced into a double battle, which is annoying, but not really a dangerous double battle, at least. Especially since we just managed to nerf their offense with Intimidate. Alright. Now we've cleared that Charon fight, and we are free to finally access Driftveil Drawbridge, which is the last thing that I'm going to do for this stream, because it gives me access to some unique farming opportunities that I'm not going to force y'all to watch. Oh. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. I thought this person just bought stuff from me, but I got confused. It's the person inside the trailer who buys things from you. Anyway, I don't know why I'm bothering. I have infinite money. Okay, so this is a cool cutscene. I'll give credit where it's due. This is a really cool cutscene. It makes no sense, because there's no way that you could get a bridge like that to be structurally stable. The middle would just kind of constantly be sagging. Especially since the middle is largely unsupported. But this right here is the reason I wanted to make it to this spot. Because now we get access to feathers, which are just so annoying and yet kind of important. So these handy little items grant a single effort value of their corresponding type, which means it is fully possible now to gain effort values without any access to it's fully possible to gain effort values without any access to any battles. It's terrible if you're playing on cartridge, but if you're using an alternate setup, it means that now I can perfectly EV train my Pokemon instantly without having to worry about experience limitations. Also, I just realized I'm below full health. Hang on. There we go. But I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up. We've been going for, what, 3.5, 4 hours? Something like that. We could keep going, but I kind of want to plan out the next bit a little bit. I don't really recall what my strategies were for this section in my original run, and there is at least one difficult fight coming up, along with one fight that is probably going to be unexpectedly difficult. So I just want to take some time to think everything through before we dive into that next bit. But I appreciate y'all. We're going to pick this up again on Monday. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Later, folks. Thanks for being here. Bye. See y'all. Have a good one.